Child support is really fucked up on men for sure. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm a proven fact about this. Back then, when I first got my child support, my baby mama put me on it. I was with her for like 5 years, and all that time did not it till the day the baby was born. So I was behind automatically 10 grand. So it took me 3 years to catch up on that. Then on top of all that, I was in between jobs. I'm still trying to figure out life, X, Y, and Z. Um, and then getting behind. So I ended up landing a good job at Baldor. Okay, worked there. I started catching up, but I could not have 401k, couldn't have insurance, nothing like that. Then they increased it too. They increased the pay. I went from $8 to $14. And that $14, they increased child support. And then I went to another job. They didn't want to decrease it at all. So I ended up quitting that job. And then I started working for the side and started trying to keep up because I couldn't keep up because if I did go work at a job, the amount of money that I do get, it will go to child support. Literally, it didn't matter. I had a check that I had received that was $0.00. I had my stimulus checks taken from me, and I got laid off because it was not my fault. But I was trying to work, and I was behind, and I got laid off. And then they took all my stimmy checks, and
Man, this is why you need to wear condoms. This is why you need to wait till you get married to have kids. This is why you can't just be having kids because the child support system is made to bring down men immensely. What we see more and more of, we see men talking about their expenses. Can you imagine working for 2 weeks or 1 week or whatever, working and you get a check that says $0.00? They still give you a paper that says $0.00. The paper that is on is worth more money than you got from your job. This is why men stop going and having sex without a condom and having these kids because child support is made to break you. I don't understand why these men have kids, not married, not with a right situation, not with the right money. Kids are expensive. You you got to start thinking with the right head, right? Can't be going out here having kids when you're not solidified, when you're not married, when you don't have the foundation. A lot of these men continue to struggle, and some of these men go to jail. It's because you trying to get that money to pay this child support, and then you don't. You either get behind or you think about taking penitentiary chances just to catch up. This is why it has to be a strong, strong tale for all these young men. This is why I'm talking about this. This is why I put this on my YouTube because young men need to understand that it is not good if you have kids and you got to be on child support. Your check is gone. You are slaving at that job, not for yourself, for that kid. And the courts don't care what you got going on. They want that money to be there every single month. They said you do what you got to do, but that money needs to be there. See what I'm saying? Don't have kids if you're not ready for them. Don't do that. No woman should ever coerce you into having a kid because she make you feel good at night. Because you'll have 18 years of trying to pay something that you can't afford. This is why you have to put yourself first and get yourself together.
I was like, dude, what the child support do not care about you. Like they will literally your only choice is to die as a man for you to stop paying it, and it's sad. And I get my kids every other week, you know. I try to get them stuff, whatever, as much as I can, try to afford the things that I can. And then I landed in a good job, like a real good job, making $26 an hour, right? Worked
Mm.
there for 5 years, paid up, paid everything off, paid my child support, zeroed out and everything. I got behind my bills, got really behind my bills, and I had to call them. I was like, hey, can y'all I had to cancel my insurance, I had to cancel my 401k, I had to cancel all this, just trying to catch up because I got really behind. And called child support, and I was like, hey, I'm zeroed out. Is there's any way you can, pause the payments, whatever? And they were like, no.
Mm-mm.
They're like, absolutely not. We're not sorry. Pretty much like, go for yourself, and we're going to still take it. So I toughed it out and managed to figure it out and sell some couple of things, items, whatever, and I fixed that issue. And then I ended up losing that job. So I lose that job, got another job like 3 months after. I'm already behind now. I'm 3 months or 4 months, whatever I got behind. right? They was taking that like I never had I never had an income tax since 2017. Barely had
Jeez.
one the other year because I was already behind, I already caught up. Um, but then I landed up into another job and making $17 an hour, and they did not want to readjust the payments at all. They was like,
Mm.
"Hey, you still got to make this payment. You still got to make this payment." And they're like, "Dude, I do not make nowhere near that I did make at Gerdau, where I do right here." And then the overtime, like I couldn't even work overtime because the overtime that they had and the guys that work, they had if you was there for a whole year, you can be able to get the overtime. It's just really messed up system, whatever.
Confusion. You're not in control. The main goal of a man is to be in control of his life. You immediately lose that when you're on child support. They run you. They run you. You made $26 an hour one time. Now you got another job making 17. They're not gonna change it. They want that money. But if you made 26 and you went to 30, they'll change it because they get more money out of you. The reason why that child support is like this, they want to take the money from you and give it to the woman. Why? Why do they want the woman in control of the money? Because women are spenders. Men are more conservative with the money. Men are more holding on to their money, trying to figure it out and do better things with their money. But women, especially the women that you guys are with, they not super smart probably. They're spenders. They want to spend money. So the goal of the court is to take money from you and give it to them because they're more likely to stimulate the economy than you. That's the thing you have to understand. The system is rigged because it's rigged to take money out of the man's hand. That's what you have to understand. People don't understand that. People look at this and they'll be like, well, this is not fair. It's never going to be fair for men unless they change the laws. They want you to give your money to that woman so she can spend and blow the bag.
But that was the only job that I could find. So I was behind. My checks was nothing, literally nothing. Like a person at McDonald's could probably make more than I did. Um, uh, I couldn't afford for healthcare. I couldn't afford 401k. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And it was just, and I was like, damn. So I was like, what do you do? Like as a man, like literally, what do you do? Just slave yourself and kill yourself and die? And I could see why fathers opt out. I could see why men get behind. And I was sitting there like, dang, why is this guy like $10,000, $20,000 behind on child support? You know, and it's just crazy to me how the system they do not work with you at all. Absolutely zilch. And then when you make more, they take more. And then when you make less, they don't readjust it at all. Like, and then they'll send you a packet this much, this big, and you gotta fill out everything. And if it's invalid, whatever, and you call them and you're like, well, it's gonna be a process. And then you gotta go to court. And then and then it's about time done and said, it's already a year and you're already behind, then you're just like, you just give up. Either you give up or you don't, or you figure out a trade or some sort. That's what I'm doing right now. And I'm like, yeah, I'm behind on child support. I'm not too happy about it, but I can make and manage what I can make. I have to get paid straight cash or whatever to make it in where we're at right now. It sucks and it's sad, but at the same time, we all got to survive. You know, like I said, I still got my kids every week, every other week, or whatever. I pay on a little bit of child support. If I make good money that month, I give a lot. But if I don't make as much, I pay as much as I can. You know, that just it is what it is. But at the same time, it's fucked up. And
This is a message to all the men, to all the young men that's out there living that life, trying to impregnate women. Or when you ain't got a pot to piss in, stop because you're going to be ruining your life. You know, and it's crazy that he's talking about this, talking about getting money on the side. Definitely probably shouldn't say that. Right. But this is what these men do, right? They stop getting a regular job. I want to get paid in cash because now I can manage it. Now nobody's taking it from my check. Now I'm going to do cash jobs, only get paid in cash so I can make sure I have money to survive. Because how am I going to pay child support if I can't survive? But the courts don't care. They don't care about the men. They want to take as much money from you and give it to the woman so she can spend. This is why young men be smart. Put a condom on. Put a condom on and you can save yourself 18 years of pain. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tap into the Patreon, link is in the description below. Hit the notification bell to see all new videos. Also, make sure you tune into the live stream, No Filter Morning Show, 10:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you lock in and get into that. But I appreciate you guys, and I'm out.